Hello dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is Introduction to Semiconductors from chapter 5 Semiconductor Physics. So we know that semiconductors is a substance which has resistivity in between that of conductors of and insulators, or we can say a semiconductor is a substance which has conductivity in between that of conductors and insulators. We can say that resistivity of semiconductors is less than that of insulators but greater than that of conductors, or on the contrary we can say that semiconductors have conductivity greater than insulators but less than conductors. We can have various examples of semiconductors as germanium, silicon, selenium, carbon. All these semiconductors are tetravalent elements with 4 valence electrons. So semiconductors are in group 4 in the periodic table. So resistance of semiconductor decreases with increase in temperature. So whenever temperature of semiconductor increases, its resistance goes on decreasing. That's why semiconductor has negative temperature coefficient of resistance. So when suitable amount of metallic impurity is added to pure semiconductor, its current carrying capacity or conductivity increases appreciably. Bonds in semiconductor. So in semiconductors, bonds are formed by sharing of valence electrons. So such a bonds which are formed by sharing of valence electrons, these are called as covalent bonds. So in the formation of covalent bond, each semiconductor or germanium atom contributes equal number of valence electrons. And these contributed electrons, these are shared by the atoms which are engaged in the formation of the covalent bond. Thus in semiconductors, the atoms or molecules which are arranged in an orderly fashion. So such an orderly pattern of semiconductor atoms is known as crystal. Now we can show here crystal structure of silicon, for example here. So silicon, it is a tetravalent element, group 4 in periodic table, so it has 4 valence electrons. So to complete its octet, it requires 4 more valence electrons. So these 4 valence electrons, these are shared from 4 silicon neighboring atoms here. So each silicon atom has 4 valence electrons. Now the central silicon atom, each it shares 1 electron each from the each neighboring silicon atoms, like this here. So these silicon atoms requires 4 valence electrons. So 1 electron is shared by another silicon atom, 1 electron shared by from another silicon atoms, 1 electron from other silicon atom, and 1 electron from another silicon atom. Such here the central silicon atom has shared 4 valence electrons from the 4 neighboring atoms, and it has completed its octet. So such an arrangement, it is called as crystal structure. We can show the crystal structure of silicon by another diagram like this also. Here the covalent bonds are formed by sharing of 4 valence electrons from 4 neighboring silicon atoms. So such a structure, it is called as crystal structure. Now we can see how the temperature affects the conductivity of semiconductors. We can say at absolute zero temperature, the valence electrons are tightly held by the semiconductor atoms. Also, the inner orbit electrons are bound to the nucleus, while valence electrons are engaged in covalent bonding. These covalent bonds are very strong. Thermal energy is not sufficient to break these covalent bonds, so no free electrons available for current conduction. Hence, we can say that conductivity of semiconductor is zero at absolute zero temperature, or we can say that semiconductor behaves as a perfect insulator at absolute zero temperature. But if the temperature is increased, then some of the covalent bonds break due to the thermal energy supplied. Temperature is increased means its thermal energy is increased, and due to this absorption of thermal energy, certain covalent bonds are broken. So the breaking of covalent bonds set those electrons free which are engaged in the formation of those bonds. If one such covalent bonds break, one electron becomes free, and this free electron constitute the current. Whenever a covalent bond is broken due to thermal energy, so one electron becomes free here. So in that particular covalent bond, there is a vacancy or missing electron in that covalent bond, and such a vacancy or missing electron is called as a hole. We know that electron has negative charge on it, so we can say that hole, it has assumed to be a positive charge. So whenever one electron is set free, one hole is created, or we can say that thermal energy creates electron hole pairs. So the amount of energy which is required to break this covalent bond, it is 0.7 electron volt for germanium, or we can say it is 1.1 electron volt for silicon. On the other hand, we can say that the energy band on the in the energy band diagram, the forbidden energy gap for germanium it is 0.7 electron volt and it is 1.1 electron volt for silicon. We can show in the figure also here. So here the covalent bond is broken due to the thermal energy supplied, and because of this one electron it becomes free. So in this broken covalent bond there is shortage of one electron, or we can say that there is vacancy of one electron. A missing electron is there, and this missing electron is called as hole. So in this hole another electron it jumps into this hole. So in the second covalent bond one electron remains free. So this electron, missing electron, we called it as hole. So when we say that electron moves in one particular direction, we say that hole moves in the exactly opposite direction here. Let us have MCQ related with this semiconductor. A semiconductor is a material having conductivity. So conductivity of semiconductor, it is less than conductor but more than insulator. How many valence electrons are in every semiconductor material? We know that semiconductors belong to group 4 elements in the periodic table, that is having tetravalent elements, that is 4 valence electrons. The conductivity of semiconductor depends on, so conductivity of semiconductor it depends on energy gap. If energy gap is larger then conductivity will be less. So conductivity depends on energy gap. The electrical conductivity of a semiconductor at absolute zero is, we know that at absolute zero semiconductor behaves as perfect insulator, so its electrical conductivity is zero. At 0 degree Kelvin pure silicon is, we know that at 0 degree Kelvin or at absolute zero any semiconductor it behaves as an insulator. The amount of energy required to break a covalent bond, so amount of energy required to break covalent bond, for germanium it is 0.7 electron volt and for silicon it is 1.1 electron volt. As temperature of semiconductor increases its conductivity, so as temperature is increased, conductivity of semiconductor also increases. As temperature of semiconductor increases its resistance, so semiconductors has negative temperature coefficient of resistance, that is as temperature is increased its resistance decreases. Which of the following is a semiconductor? So we know that silicon and germanium, these are semiconductors. So option D, both B and C is correct. The energy gap in silicon is, for silicon energy gap it is 1.1 electron volt. The energy gap in germanium is 0.7 electron volt. Electronic distribution of an atom, silicon atom is, silicon atom it has atomic number 14 and it is tetravalent element, that is 4 valence electrons. So its electron contribution is 284. A semiconductor is formed by dash dash bonds. We know that semiconductor bonds are formed by sharing of valence electrons, and such bonds these are called as covalent bonds. The most widely used semiconducting material in electronic devices is, so silicon is the mostly widely used semiconducting material in electronic devices. Silicon atoms combine in an ordinary fashion called as, so such an ordinary pattern of silicon atom it is called as crystal. Which one is not a semiconductor? We know that silicon, germanium and gallium arsenide, all these are semiconductors. So gallium nitride is not a semiconductor. In a semiconductor current conduction is due to, so in a semiconductor we have two types of charge carriers, holes and free electrons. So current conduction is also due to holes and free electrons. In dash dash current flows due to free electrons and holes. So in semiconductors current flows due to free electrons and holes. A semiconductor has dash dash temperature coefficient of resistance. We know that as temperature of semiconductor is increased, its resistance goes on decreasing. Hence, semiconductors possess negative temperature coefficient of resistance. As the temperature of semiconductor increases, its conductivity also increases. In a semiconductor, the approximate value of forbidden energy gap is, so we have seen earlier that semiconductors, the forbidden energy gap is very small. It is approximately equal to 1 electron volt. The energy gap of a semiconductor is 0.7 electron volt. If the energy received is 0.6 electron volt, how many conducting electrons will be formed? Now the energy gap for semiconductor is given, it is 0.7 electron volt, and energy received is, which is less than this, that is 0.6 electron volt. As the energy received is less than energy gap, so no free electrons are available for current conduction. So conducting electrons will be 0. When the temperature of a semiconductor is increased, the number of free electrons in the conduction band will also increase. Thank you very much. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.